So, you're considering the Ixtra handheld vacuum cleaner. Well, today I'm going to demonstrate how well this vacuum works, and so you can decide whether this tool is right for you. And so first up, how do you operate it? It's pretty simple. Just hold it down for 5 seconds, and then I'll switch on to eco mode, and then press it down again quickly, and then that'll activate full power mode. Now, personally, I've never used eco mode, as I think what was the point. And so for the rest of this video, I'm just going to basically pretend that eco mode does not exist. And so I'll just demonstrate that right now. So, eco mode, and then full power mode. And as you just saw there, to turn it off again, you just hold it down for about 5 seconds as well. Now, another little feature that this tool has is it has a little LED light if you want to be able to really see what you're vacuuming inside of a dark spot. And so, to activate this LED, what you have to do is look for this little light symbol here, press it down, and then you'll notice the light comes on. So, it's pretty simple to operate. Now, as far as cleaning this out, you basically just slide this into the unlock position, and take this off, and then open this as so. And then you can basically just clean out the part as you would any larger size vacuum cleaner. And also note, in the packaging, you get a spare one of these as well. And as you've probably just noticed here as well, that this is a dry vacuum and not a wet vacuum. So please do not try to vacuum liquids with this. Now note, when you operate this, you'll see a little number that's on display here. What this number symbolizes is the battery life in the forms of percentage that is left. And as you can see there, it's 67%. And so that's how the tool works. But how effective is it? And is it as good as how it seems to operate in the ads? Well, the first thing I'll say about this is that this is not a replacement for a normal vacuum cleaner. You need to bear in mind is that this will be operating in a much smaller area, which is basically only this big, whereas obviously a 36 volt, 18 volt or wall plug-in vacuum cleaner will be producing that same amount of suction power except over a much larger area. And so I just want to say that if you're planning to use this to replace a proper vacuum cleaner, you might be disappointed. However, this does not mean that this tool is useless, because the upside of this tool is that it is incredibly convenient to use. And so this actually lives in my car, and I just find it great for doing those little spot cleans for when I'm a little bit early to a place and I'm waiting for someone else to arrive, and you just have 5 or 10 minutes to kill. This tool is kind of ideal if you prefer to clean your car just doing little vacuums here and there, as opposed to doing big vacuums every few months and just cleaning months of dirt and dust. And there are other applications for this as well besides being your car vacuum cleaner. You could live in your desk at work to keep your work area clean. You could keep it near your pet feeding area just to clean up all the little crumbs all the time. And so basically any situation where you do have to do regular little spot cleans as opposed to big, epic, massive cleans, you'll find this tool is pretty useful. And so when running this in full power mode, it lasts for 15 minutes. And you can recharge it via a USB cable here at the back here, and it'll take 3 hours to go from 0 to 100. And so 50 minutes of operation time for 3 hours of recharging time. And so I know that seems like a horrible ratio, but when using this in the real world, I've found that I'll be getting at least 3 hours of driving done in between moments where I feel like there is something worth cleaning. And so this actually does work for me. The battery that's in here is 6,000 milliamp hours. And to give you an idea of how big that is, you find that most mobile phones are between 4,000 to 5,000 milliamp hours. And so it's got a bit more battery life than a mobile phone. And so in regards to this charging so slowly for such a short operation time, that pretty much is the price you pay for a bit of space convenience and for having a USB charging capability. I mean, yeah, sure, you could have a massive cord that takes up a chunk of space, and then I'm sure this would be able to recharge much faster, but still, although you'd think this wouldn't work out, it actually does for me. And with this having a lithium-ion battery as well, you want to be given the same considerations that you would for a laptop or a mobile phone. And so if this is living in your car, try to have it living in your car somewhere where it's never exposed directly to sunlight. So ideally under one of the seats in a dark, shady area. And ideally, you'd never want to be actually operating this whilst it's plugged in or while it's charging, because that'll overheat the battery. And just with any lithium battery as well, ideally, when you're storing this for a long-term basis, you want to be keeping the charge level somewhere between 20 to 80%. And so now let's actually demonstrate this in use. As you can see, it is pretty good at catching the sort of the loose bits of sand and dirt and grass here. However, if it's kind of really embedded into the carpet, you'll find that it sort of struggles a little bit. But with that being said, I find that normal vacuum cleaners struggle in this situation as well, so I'm not really looking at this as much of a negative. And with that as well, my personal routine is that if I am cleaning one of my floor mats, I use this as the first wave of attack, and then for the second wave of attack to get those really stubborn bits, I use a wet microfiber cloth, and that just gets at those last little few specks that I wasn't able to get with this. That's the vacuuming function. But what about the blower function? Well, obviously this is going to be nowhere near as powerful as a leaf blower, but it is kind of good if you just want to use this to sort of blow all the dust out of your computer keyboard, or if you just want to blow a little bit of dust through one of your tool's housings, or just some kind of small scale thing like that. And so if you only need the blower function for something small, it's great. If you need it for anything large, I'd say don't bother getting this for the blower function. So just to paraphrase everything that this whole video is about, this will not replace a normal vacuum cleaner, but it's just good for doing quick little spot cleans here and there. And so with that, I really hope you found this review useful. And if you have any of your own stories about using this tool, please mention it in the comments. And thanks for watching.